Hi Rory, Diego here. We haven't talked in a while. I'm not scheduling appointments, but I want to just say why I think I was depressed. And you would say like, "Oh, look at these. Are you happy? Try to be happy." And that's what the psychologists always tell me is, try to be happy and value your own happiness. And I remember you saying like, check out Spock and the dude from Seinfeld and or Seinfeld from Big Bang Theory. I don't. So, check out all these introverts and how they are introverts, and I'm like, and telling me like, oh, you're not different from anyone else. Yeah, I guess no. I am different, and there's a few things that are different. One would be just I want to live in a society where like this is just an expectation for me. I want to live in a society where people value each other's rights, value each other's well-being. And I don't live in a society like that, and that's very stressful. And I also want to be immortal, and I'm not immortal. So that's very stressful. I was raised being taught like ever since up until like half a year before I met you that hey, I'm immortal, I'm going to live forever. And then I find out that's maybe not the case. And so that was bad because if my goal in life is to like reach heaven and help other people reach heaven, then I need a new goal in life. And so but I was able to hang on to some goals in life, and now my goals in life are, or what I see meaningful in life personally is, um, people's well-being, i.e., suffering is bad. Um, Competitive gaming, that's like a hobby, and I forget. Shit, shit. Why am I censoring people's well-being? Oh, intelligent life. Duh. Sorry. Intelligent life. Yeah, that's like because otherwise, what's the point of anything if there's nothing to observe it, as Carl Sagan would say. So, um, and then there's some stuff that helped me with my depression because I felt pretty dysphoric, right? Um, I've always been, as a child and teenager, a people pleaser. Um, Always like surrounded by women. I kind of when I do my writing now, I often identify as a female in my writing, and then at but see, in my family it goes both ways because the people who are raised to be very feminine have gender dysphoria the other way and want to be masculine because my family, both our families were authoritarian, right? And so authoritarian family, that's I guess you know more about that than I would. But yeah, I also something that helps me is slacktivism, and so I'll write these little videos, make not written, just improvised as exemplified by my brain freeze prior to like just now, and I I will post on like social media and talk to people about stuff that I think could be improved about society, like economic injustice, economic inequality, economic socialism, putting money in the hands of the people who generate goods, right? And not exploiting foreigners or animals or destroying habitats. Because like, yeah, there's a lot of from a secular viewpoint, there's a lot of threats to. Well, at the time, I wasn't so worried. Well, actually, yeah, I was. Okay, yeah. It wasn't like at the front of my mind, but I often worry about like existential threats to humanity. But that's like not. I don't think the source. That wasn't the source of my depression at the time. Maybe like last year it was, because that's when we passed the tipping point. I think. Um, or I learned how bad our plutocracy is because yeah, I didn't like living in a plutocracy because I don't like exploiting people. I think it's unfair. So that's often one of the reasons I wasn't as driven to like get a career, get a degree and a career and work in a factory and exploit those foreign workers. Like I like stuff like fair trade, veganism, just because I don't like exploiting people. So that was living in a society that constantly exploits and exploits and exploits was a source of depression. Living in a society where other people don't value my well-being was a source of depression. And not being immortal, that's like all your long-term plans shatter if you realize you only have like 80 years to live. Or well, that's my opinion, and I know you said you wouldn't get into philosophy, and I don't even know if you're gonna watch the video, but I mean, obviously I'm in a happier place now. Um, I don't know why. I had some success. No, I haven't even been that successful. I've been doing some game development as an art director. I've been doing a lot of investment in cryptocurrency, and well, so when the price falls, I'm depressed. When the price rises, I'm happy. So I don't know. The price is rising right now, so I don't. Maybe next week I'll be sad again when the price falls. Um, I don't know. I feel like I am like improving the world little by little, getting it towards my ideals, and I always thought that was like a thing. Um, that we could like improve everyone's lives. That was kind of like something I cherished before, and um, even though my worldview is much different than like the year I met you when I was transitioning into like atheist. I guess now I guess most people are atheists towards most gods if they only believe in one god. But yeah, I was like I was struggling, and it's like there's actually stuff you can change about society, and it's comforting to know that citizens have the power to change and shape their society, to change like to actually anyone can get involved in politics because at the end of the day, you we're the ones who elect politicians, right? So it's like nice to be part of like grassroots movements or even just like hyping them up and being a voice of reason in a what's the psychological term, in a absurd world, absurd in the face of the absurd, just being another voice of reason. So and even if people disagree with me, like um yeah, I like arguing philosophy and like morality and politics with people because that's where you really get to protect human rights, when you convince someone else to do the right thing, because um, it's not like that's the pacifist way of fomenting change.